Today we're making turkey meatloaves. Start with the carrot and peel it. And then we're going to cut it. The recipe calls for 2, but since it's just me and Greg, I'm cutting the recipe in half. So I'm just going to do 1 carrot, and I like them cut in small pieces. This, if you want to do it cheaper, you can get real bell peppers when they're on sale and then cut them up and freeze them yourself. Also, that's what I did with my onions. I got onions when they were on sale and I cut them up and froze them. I've got a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to put it on medium-high. I'm going to add my bell pepper. And some onions. And the carrot. Be sure to mix these vegetables around in the butter as it's cooking so they don't burn. You just want them to get soft, the onions to be translucent. Keep it on a medium to medium-low heat. If you want it to cook a little faster, you can cover it, but you'll still need to uncover it periodically to stir. Recipe also calls for an egg white, which you can do. It provides less cholesterol if you do that, but I just use a whole egg. And then you whip it. Whisk it. Do it with a fork or a whisk. You can set that aside. We're waiting for the vegetables to cook. While it's still cooking, add the sage. Stir it in. Then in a bowl, you're going to put the ground turkey. I normally use 2 pounds, but as I said, I'm making half the recipe. Calls for white breadcrumbs, and I just use a couple of pieces of bread, but I'm trying to make it low carb and a little healthier, so I'm going to use low carb tortillas. And then you add the egg whites. Egg whites, but I use a whole egg. And ketchup. Then you need 2 ounces of Swiss cheese, shredded. That's probably about 2 ounces. And then some black pepper. And then you squish it up. If squishing it up with your bare hands bothers you, you can get some gloves. Then you add them to your meat mixture. And that'll be hot, so give it a minute to cool off and then mix that up. And the recipe says to put them in to make little muffins because they are making lunch. And what they do is they put it in muffin tin, cook it, and then once it's cool, they wrap it up in saran wrap and put it in the freezer. And then when you're ready for lunch, you take it out in the morning that day. And they say it would be defrosted by the time you are ready to eat lunch. But since I don't use it that way, I'll just put it in a pan. And I just make like a meatloaf. Now that I have it prepared in a meatloaf pan, casserole dish, I'm going to put it in the oven and cook it for about 30 minutes. And I'll let you know when I pull it out.
Your meatloaf timer is done.
Hey Ziggy, stop. That looks pretty done. It's brown around it. Looks like it would be done, so I'm going to pull it out. And there you have the meatloaf.